Hello, hello. Hi, yes. Hello, Dr. Ronnie. I hear you loud and clear. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Erica. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good as well. Thank you so much for asking. And it's so great seeing you, connecting with you today in today's webinar.
Likewise, nice to see you. Nice to see so many people join us. Can't wait to
Yeah.
start talking about what we have to offer at IMG Helping Hands. Erica, will you be putting up the presentation?
I don't have a presentation for today's webinar, Dr. Marani.
Okay,
However,
that's
in to, yes. However, in today's webinar, we are focusing on so many different things, essentially the new rules, any new trends, and the way research has been, integrated into these changes.
sounds good. So I can begin whenever you guys are ready. Are we expecting any more people to join?
No other presenters, Dr. Marani. It would be just ourselves. If you have a presentation, we are ready when you are, Dr. Marani.
Okay, sounds good. Let me just give it a couple minutes and then we'll start. I hope everybody's having a good weekend.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marani. And again, once again, everybody, my name is Erica. It's such a pleasure meeting you, being here with you all, having our special guest with us, Dr. Marani from here at IMG Helping Hands. As always, guys, I do enjoy having an interactive session. So if at any time while Dr. Marani, a bit of an introduction while Dr. Marani is preparing her presentation, if at any time you have any questions, any concerns, we'd be more than happy to address them either during the presentation or afterwards as well, but please don't hesitate to drop them in the chat. And we thank you once again for being here in the webinar, both everybody and Dr. Ronnie.
Alrighty, so thank you so much, Erica. We can begin, and then if people need to keep joining, they can. So hi and welcome everyone. My name is Zoya Marani, or Dr. Marani, and behalf of the IMG Helping Hands, I wanted to thank you all for being here today, taking your time. Um, what I wanted to outline first and foremost is whether you're completely new to research, or you've tried it before, felt overwhelmed, or even if you have research experience, this whole session is to outline and show you that regardless of what stage of training you are, doing research is possible. We help you achieve this through structured and achievable sessions and wonderful teachers out here from different backgrounds. We have PhDs, we have MDs, we have a lot of different skilled instructors that help you achieve your research goals. Even if you have a busy schedule, it's very doable. We have a WhatsApp group that we create with all of our mentees and our mentors. We usually have one or more instructors in the group. They guide you from the very first step of research, what research is about, all the way till the end, and we'll ensure that the publication is done. We'll help you with the submission. It's a wonderful organization, and to be honest, before I started teaching, I was also doing some research with them, and it really did help me get into residency. So I'm not going to be explaining modules today. I'm going to be showing you what IMG Helping Hands can do to support you from zero research experience to a completed manuscript submitted to a journal. So a lot of the students or medical professionals that join us, one of the main concerns they have is not knowing where to start. They've never had mentors or guidance in research. They have some confusion about authorship, fear of doing something wrong, and of course, like the most relatable thing for me was limited time because of exam prep, work, clinical duties. And so IMG Helping Hands was created specifically to bridge all these gaps because we know how busy your lives are, but at the same time, we know how important research is. A lot of our med schools, unfortunately, don't teach us research to the level that we would like to have in order to make these publications possible. So instead of expecting you guys to figure all this out, what we do is we walk with you step by step through the entire journey. Um, IMG Helping Hands is based in the U.S. It was founded in 2022 in Chicago. Correct me if I'm wrong, Erica. I'm not that great with dates. Since its founding, it's been focused on making high quality research accessible to IMGs globally. So not just the United States, but people from all over the world join us. We maintain integrity, authorship transparency, and publication standards. You'll actually be doing the work. It's not like you're paying for publication. That is not what we do. We're here strictly as a course with really strong guidance from the beginning to the very end. Some of our mentors and collaborators, like I said, they include physicians like myself, and researchers with a lot of experience in various different subspecialties. So we have internal medicine, public health, cardiology, heart failure, neurosurgery, a lot of upcoming research topics such as digital health and AI. We have people that are experienced in that. And then we also have a lot of mentors that are experienced in research which has been published in high impact journals like Nature and NEJM. So this means that you're learning research the right way, and you don't have to worry about whether the person that's mentoring you knows what they're doing or not, because we already screen them for these things. And you're learning it from people who are actually actively doing research as well, or training. So I myself, I'm a senior resident, so I have a lot of that clinical experience too. I have a lot of insight and guidance I can give you all. So what makes IMG Helping Hands different from other random online courses or one-off workshop? First of all, like I said, it's beginner friendly. You do not need prior research experience, so don't feel intimidated by that. We have a structured 6-week roadmap. So by the end of the module, you're not just learning, you're submitting the manuscript. You have weekly live sessions, and these teaching sessions usually happen through Zoom or Teams. It's tailored to your workload, your time zone, and you also have direct mentor access. So you'll be placed in a dedicated WhatsApp group, like I said, for real-time guidance. You can message them, and I know somebody has a question. I will get to it at the very end if that's okay. Just in case, we might go through that information while I'm presenting, but I will be happy to answer questions at the end, and Erica will help me as well. So yes, you can message your mentors and other people in the group like directly for any help, any questions. You have global accessibility, so it doesn't matter where you're joining from. We have participants join from all over the world. We have people from Asia, we have people from Europe, from North America, and so it really works well. It removes, this whole structure is to remove that guesswork and replaces it with accountability and mentorship. The reason why I really loved IMG Helping Hands when I first joined is because I was doing a lot of the guesswork in med school. I really wanted to do a lot of research, but my preceptors or attendings didn't have time. My teachers didn't have much time to just sit there and teach me. A lot of them were not so much involved in research. Some of them that were involved in research, we didn't have the time in med school to do robust one-on-one mentorship. So I would do a lot of like Googling, like how to write a case study report, how to do this, how to do that. And I was able to publish maybe one case study in med school by myself, which was like, it took a lot of outside help. And, it took me 2 or 3 years to publish that one case study, and it shouldn't be taking that long. And so we want to remove that guesswork and that struggle. And the 6 weeks to publish a paper is actually a pretty amazing deal for somebody who has never done research before. So I'm really appreciative of this structure that they have going. Um, I will quickly walk through what we do in the 6 weeks. I just won't go into the depths of it. So week one, you learn what, for example, if we're doing a narrative review, week one, you'll learn what a narrative review is. You guys choose a topic, you conduct a proper literature search. Some of my mentees have never done a literature search before, so I will actually like share my screen and walk you guys through it. So it's not just that we'll help you with this one paper and then it's one and done, but this will allow you to do further research in the future as well and build that confidence. A lot of the mentees join multiple research modules with us, and simultaneously they're finishing all these things. You're not expected to do the whole paper yourself. You have different mentees in the group that are assigned tasks. Week two, you'll structure your paper and draft. You'll write a strong introduction. You'll get live feedback as well from your mentors. And then week 3 to 4, you write, and this is obviously mentor to mentor dependent as well. This is the other good thing because you have so many mentors from different backgrounds. Some of them teach things one way, some of them teach things the other way. And so a lot of the mentees will join different groups to learn these different styles, which is amazing. So some of them, weeks 3 and 4, they'll start writing methods discussion, or how I like to do it is I will assign different tasks to different people, and we'll do it simultaneously. And then we have a tool called BioRender. It lets you create visualizations. We have that membership as part of IMG Helping Hands, which you will have access to as well. So with that membership, you don't just get, when you pay to learn from us, you're not just paying for that publication at the very end. Like, you're working towards it yourself, you're learning it yourself. You have access to expensive tools as well, that IMG Helping Hands has acquired for all of the mentees. So you'll create visualizations, conclusions, write it out at the very end by week 5 at least, and then week 6 is the final edits, reference organization, and then you submit to a journal. So this is a full manuscript journey. It's not just you coming, signing up, watching lectures for 6 weeks, and then somebody just publishes on your behalf. No, it's a really good course to take if you would like to be good at research. Now, whether it's something that you want to do for residency, like, hey, I want to boost my application, I want to get 3-4 publications under my belt, that's fine. If you're somebody who wants to pursue research in the future, this is also great for you. So just depending on what you want to do personally, IMG Helping Hands can support you in that as well. We're very transparent on the authorship. One of the most important things that we want to be clear about is authorship. You don't pay, like, it's absurd. I've seen people write the papers and then ask somebody to join their authorship list, and based off of how much they pay, like, they get the authorship hierarchy, and that is so, like, unethical. Do not do that. You're medical professionals. We're really transparent about authorship. It is something we follow. Authorship guidelines is based on contribution, writing, reviewing, data extraction, accountability, and not just attendance. So you have to do the work. Like, you have to earn that authorship. And so everyone's given a fair chance, and you don't have to worry about, okay, this person paid for their authorship, so I'm not going to get the first authorship position. It doesn't work like that. We have to make sure that, we uphold our integrity. And so this protects you, this protects your work, the integrity of the publication. Non-contributing roles are acknowledged appropriately, but authorship is urged. So you have to, make sure that you go into go in with a mindset that you want to work and help. The AI policy that we have, and I have to say this, a lot of people are using AI. There are tools out there that will detect your AI work. We had a lecture recently at our residency, and we did a little experiment, and the neurologist asked us to present a certain topic based off of what we searched on the AI, and all of us got different answers, and it was a mess. And so the point was, with AI, it does not replace human beings. And so we don't want them to, we don't want to rely on AI. We are critical thinkers. We're in the medical profession. We are very, very strict about this one thing. Like the written words have to be your own words. They cannot, the drafts, the whole manuscript is created by your minds. It's not AI based. AI tools are not allowed for writing drafts because authorship integrity matters a lot, and we're very strict with this because we want to train you the right way. We don't want you to take shortcuts. You can get in trouble for this as well. Um, so some journals, they do ask you to disclose if AI was used in any limited way, and we do teach you how to handle these things ethically as well, to make sure that you don't get any scrutiny from any journals, you don't get banned. So the way we guide you, you can rest assured that we're doing things the right way, not taking any shortcuts. A lot of us, like I said, are physicians and PhD holders. Like, we don't want to risk our own jobs either. Um, and IMG Helping Hands is all about helping you, but the right way. We don't want you to skip steps. There's a lot of extra benefits that we have. So if you join IMG Helping Hands for a research course, in addition to the research modules, you're all, and correct me if I'm wrong, Erica, you're enrolled in a membership with the American Academy of Research and Academics. Um, you get complimentary research video courses, and I believe you get a free 1 month unmatched MD membership for IMGs preparing for future match cycles. So this
Yeah.
community is amazing. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, no. I was just agreeing with you, Dr. Marani. Definitely, there are a lot of perks that come with not just writing, but the registration and just being part of this community here at IMG Helping Hands. There's many benefits that come with it beyond the knowledge that comes with writing a manuscript. So yes, definitely, definitely agree with you, Dr. Marani. Go ahead, go ahead.
And I have to ask Erica to verify every time because it's amazing. We keep adding new things for the mentees and like free perks, and I just can't keep up anymore. But it's amazing. Like if I were a mentee, and I saw this deal, I would be like, okay, that is actually really reasonable. You're getting a course, you're getting access to free things on the side to help support you if you're, in the match cycle. Also, you're making amazing connections. Like, we talk about a lot of other things in our sessions too when we're introducing ourselves and we get to know each other, and people will be like, oh, hey, like, you're in this so and so state, like, how is it there? I'm planning on doing my rotations there. So there's a lot of good connections you can make through our community. um, if there's one thing that I really want you guys to take away from this, if anything, is that research is not reserved for a select few people. With the right structure, mentorship, and accountability, anyone can do it. You need to just have the right program or right people to help you. And that's why IMG Helping Hands was created. It exists to guide you through that process ethically, transparently, and successfully. And we're excited to work with all of you and support you in this journey. I really like mentoring people as well. There's a lot of things that are like kind of not in the gray area. It's not all black and white when you come as an IMG, because I'm an IMG myself. I did not study in the United States. I'm Canadian, and then I went to the Caribbean, and so I know how it works for the IMG journey, and this is what we stand for: helping IMGs from across the world feel that they're at that level, that they deserve to be here as well and get into residency, get into their training, whatever your journey entails. And I can tell you as living proof that it's possible as an IMG to succeed and reach your goals. Research is a really, big part of it, regardless of what residency you apply to, regardless of what specialty you want to go into. First and foremost, research shows that you are keeping up to date with new and upcoming information. How are these textbooks and courses made for us? How are med students taught certain things? It's based off of reformed knowledge over time, and it all comes from research, right? Um, new discoveries, new thoughts, and this will really give you confidence moving forward. And if you can tell your future colleagues that, hey, I have research experience, that really ups you to another level. You're not just a med student or a physician anymore. You're like a researcher, right? You have this experience and it's very highly looked upon. I can tell you personally, like as somebody in residency, if I were to review your CV, seeing research on there really, highlights your profile. But then we also look at what kind of topics you have published on. We will go and skim through your research articles. So it's very important that you choose good topics. And the wonderful thing about IMG Helping Hands is that we help you with the topics. So we have a team. They'll put out all of the most upcoming and relevant topics out there, and then they will have those, and you get to choose and select which kind of subspecialty or topic you want to talk about in your research. And then people that are like-minded will go into that group. For example, we did a paper about psychodermatology recently, and people that wanted to go into dermatology, people that wanted to go into psychiatry had joined that group. Um, and when it was published, I was so proud of it. And I was actually coincidentally doing my psychiatry rotation, and I told my preceptor, I'm like, hey, like, look at this paper, this psychoderm paper. Like, who would have thought? People don't really go around thinking about psychiatry and dermatology that much together. But, I really encourage you guys to think about all of the different topics that are out there and how it improves our entire medical and healthcare system by contributing more information. Um, and I see some questions here. Erica, would you like to start taking questions now? I think I touched on the main points. If there's anything additional, I just don't want to keep rambling on. I want to make sure that I do answer specific questions as well. I see that we have
Yes.
some interests.
Yes, yes, no, definitely, Dr. Marani. And thank you so much for really giving us a thorough introduction of what it means to not just do the IMG Helping Hand research modules, but as you mentioned, highlighting the community that is IMG Helping Hands. So, as Dr. Marani mentioned, here in IMG Helping Hands, when you enroll for the research modules, because we do have different opportunities available when you are enrolled in the research modules, you are walked every step of the way, regardless whether this is your first research experience or if you have prior research experience as well. You are never going to be alone. In addition to that, as Dr. Marani mentioned, we do not do any ghost authorships, and we do meet with the research mentor, our experienced research mentor, such as Dr. Marani herself, when on a weekly basis. In addition to that, on a daily basis, you get to communicate with them through WhatsApp, not just them, but also the team that you are placed in, your WhatsApp research cohort. In addition to that, all the perks that you get. Again, when, as she mentioned, the free 1 month matched MD membership, being part of our research community. When you are part of our research communities, you are sometimes provided with free perks. There have been times where we have given question banks, like USMLE style question banks to students. Sometimes we do offer complimentary interview prep sessions as well. We do offer, again, things that are both beneficial within the clinical aspect and outside of the clinical environment. Again, the perks are just numerous. There's always something different with regards to IMG Helping Hands, both within the research realm and outside of the research realm. And as Dr. Marani mentioned, let me just check out really quick the questions that we have. I did lose access to the questions for a little moment, for a short moment, so I do apologize for that. With regards to a recorded session, I will get in touch with the team to see if it is possible to have this session. It is recorded, but see if we can provide it afterwards. All of our sessions, as well as in our research, we do have AI notes integrated in them, transcriptions, and so forth. So you will be able to both reference the recording as well as any AI notes. And with regards to matching, I am seeing here a question from Ms. Dania. If
I can take that
you
if
are
you want.
sure,
After.
yes, go ahead,
Thank
Dr. Marani. This is an excellent question from Ms. Dania.
So Ms. Dania said, if I started research postgraduate, do I have the same chance to match? Absolutely. Absolutely. Majority of my research was postgrad. It was not during med school. I did a couple publications in med school. Obviously, it's great to have more, but majority of my publications were post-grad. And what that shows the program is that you're continuously dedicated to the field of medicine, regardless of if you're in your residency or not. Regardless of if you're in your med school or not, and regardless of if you've matched or not, you're filling that gap with relevant work. And research just shows a lot of different things. It shows that you're interested in medicine, you have passion for medicine, you are working towards it, you're trying to build your CV and experience, you're trying to learn new things and stay up to date on the most relevant information. So it's good. Anything you do graduate that's medical related is always good. Research is one of those things. I think majority of the people that I've seen do a lot of their publications after they graduate too, because you don't always have time in med school. But a lot of people do it in med school as well. So either way, they have their own benefits. And so I highly encourage you, if you've already graduated and you're trying to match, or even if you've matched into residency, like if you want to go into fellowship in the future, or you're applying for a job in the future somewhere, all of these things do matter. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
That's an excellent question, Dr. Marani. And if you don't mind me asking you, Dr. Marani, I am curious to know. I know you touched up a little on your experience in research as well. I'm curious to know how that essentially shaped your trajectory as either a medical student, medical graduate, how that impacted your residency application and so forth.
So people definitely ask you about your research, but more importantly, what I've noticed is I know information that is newer sooner than other people. I know information that is upcoming, and the conversations I have with my attendings are so interesting because of this. I can easily say, hey, I did a research study on this. I did, but it's not just that. Like when I see patients in the clinic, and I have this research background, I can talk about, hey, because we did a paper on COVID-19 and HIV patients and the antiretrovirals they took. And so it's like, hey, like I can make these connections in my clinic. I can say, hey, I have an HIV patient. They're on antiretroviral therapy. COVID's going around. This is, definitely a positive thing depending on which one they're taking. So all of these things, like, it just builds so many more connections in your mind. And I think a lot of the programs recognize the intelligence that comes with research and people who do research. And so it's always been a huge positive thing. And, they actually track it in residency and they see how many researches you've done. Even though you go into fields such as family medicine, right? that people used to think that research is not important. That is not true. Research is so important in all specialties, including family medicine, which, historically people said, oh, you don't need research to match. That is not true. So it's really helped me. It really gives you a one up for sure. It shows a lot of different positives about you and your application. So I'm so happy and so glad that I started research after, while in med school, after graduating, and I continue to do so till this day. So I hope that answers your question, Erica.
Yeah, no, definitely, Dr. Marani. And thank you so much for sharing about your experience as a researcher, how that's impacted your residency application as well. And again, I really speak on behalf of a lot of our students here that have taken part of research modules. Just really, I definitely echo the same sentiment that you mentioned with regards to the importance of research. People want to know how you're staying committed, how you're staying active in the field that you're pursuing. And it seems research to me has been a very accessible way to go about doing that.
Mhm.
There were instances where I was both working, studying, so maybe being physically somewhere was a bit it was a bit challenging, to be honest with you, and being
Mhm.
part of the research modules, as you mentioned, with that global accessibility, being part of those modules just really felt like a bridge with
Mhm.
regards to who you are as a person and your commitment to the field, and with amazing mentors such as yourself, Dr. Marani. Again, having taken modules under your mentorship, Dr. Marani, I can really say, I honestly had a lot of fun both with you under your mentorship and under other mentors' guidance. It's a very easy and digestible guidance that is offered to the students. And again, I cannot thank you enough for that, Dr. Rani. I am seeing here also, individuals are asking, how can you sign up for the research group? How can you be part of the research group? Just as a heads up, guys, we did provide a couple of links in the chat. There are some WhatsApp chat links where you can join and you can be part of, again, our research communities. There are individuals who are asking regarding OBGYN, any particular specialties. Again, those are going to be all disclosed in the research communities. So regardless of the link that you become part of, that is where all of the information is going to be shared. All of the research communities that we're sharing right now, you are going to be the first to know about the upcoming research modules that we have available. So again, before we share them either on our website or on social media, the research communities that we have shared here on the chat, they are always the first to know. So again, that is definitely an added benefit. I do encourage everybody to join either one or both of the communities that are here on the chat. So I am just going to mark here the individuals who, again, thank you so much for expressing your interest and welcome to the community, everybody. I am seeing here with regards to uh, rotations. Let me see. So I am seeing that Iman has an excellent question as well. They did pediatric rotations as an elective. They're interested in OB-GYN. If they
Mhm.
did OB-GYN research, can that essentially help them transition into the OB-GYN residency? Can they have a better opportunity? What do you think, Dr. Marani?
Absolutely. That's one way to really gear and shift your CV's focus on saying, "Hey, I did pediatrics as an elective, but I want to do OB-GYN." And it's good to have pediatric experience. I mean, if um you're delivering babies, right? Like you're supposed to know like at least the minimum and basics of like pediatrics when you're delivering babies. And it's fine that you've done pediatrics, but if you want to focus on OB-GYN, you want to now go full force OB-GYN. Do like 4 or 5 OB-GYN research papers and put it on your CV and say, hey, look, I'm interested in obstetrics and gynecology. That would be a really, really good way to, highlight your application. So 100% agree with that and encourage you to sign up for OB-GYN specific things. And like I said, we have research modules and in all sorts of different topics. Um, from like the very general to the very specific, and OB-GYN is definitely on that list. So, so is internal medicine. We have like oncology, transplantation, we have palliative care. We have so many wonderful, subtopics you can do. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Iman.
No, that is an excellent question because, again, it's all about connections. How are you able to connect your commitment to the field? Even if you did an elective in a different specialty, how are you going to be able to bridge it and transition it over to your newly desired specialty? Definitely, research seems like an excellent bridge to do that, especially with the newer trends that have been coming up with regards to the match. I'm not sure if you're familiar with those or if you could elaborate on them a little bit more, Dr. Marani. Any new trends that you have noticed with regards to this match cycle compared to any past match cycles?
Well, because, we have had like step one pass and fail for a while now, that focus has really shifted onto other things. And a lot of the programs do a holistic approach in choosing their residents. And so it's not just about scores anymore. You can have the highest score possible and still not match, which is kind of like, whoa, like that's scary. Like, what else do I do? And so this is where a lot of different things are being looked at. And this is, and research is one of them for sure. Like, what is your ongoing contribution to the medical field? Like, great, yes, you're a great test taker, you have all the knowledge, you are book smart, you study a lot, that's all good and great. But when it comes to other things, like what else are you doing, right? And so if I see like the newer trend, as you said, Erica, is a lot of like extracurricular things that are kind of outside the scope of a normal med student journey. Like a normal med student journey might be, finishing off their 4 years, finishing off their exams, and then applying for residency. Like that's the bare minimum that it used to be, right? And then they take the scores for step one, two, three, and if you have the third one done or not. Um, they take those scores and then they kind of screen you. This was back in the day. So more recently, it's not just about the scores. You have a bunch of people that are put in front of you, and it's like, who do we pick and choose? What will this person have to offer? What will that person have to offer? Obviously, your interview is also a big part of it, but like for me personally, when I interviewed, I was talking about my research a lot. I was saying, oh my God, I'm really interested in this because I did that and it's actually really incredible, that blah 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 blah. And then I just started talking about it. They're like, whoa, how does she know all this stuff? And it's like, okay, I did research in this area. So it really gives you that it adds to your personality, adds to your CV, adds to your application. There's obviously other things too that matter, but this is something like solid on your CV. They can literally go on PubMed and search your name, and it's like boom, boom, boom. These are all the researches under this person's name. That's amazing. So in terms of the trend, they're shifting away from the scores, and obviously they still matter. Some people are like, oh my God, I have an attempt in step. All that stuff, it doesn't matter as much anymore. It's all of this extracurricular stuff. There are programs that will look at attempts. Don't get me wrong, that's like, it depends program to program, but overall, like how involved are you with medicine? They're not just hiring you for your scores. They're hiring you for the way you interact with other people, the way you're able to advance in the medical field. Um, how are you able to connect with others? How will you grow as a physician yourself, but also what can you bring to the program to help the program grow? And a lot of them, really appreciate research. It looks good for the program as well. So these are some of the things to keep in mind.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I'm curious to know, Dr. Marani, have you ever been on the other end of essentially assessing students, assessing their applications and so forth when they're matching for residency?
Yeah, we're actually currently doing it as we speak. So in like I've seen both sides as an applicant and also a person that is, selecting selecting applicants and hiring them and the whole hiring process. Residents are encouraged to be on the selection committee as well. So we do interviews as well. We interview our applicants and then we score them. And so, obviously I have that insight, which is why I keep focusing on research so much.
I got it. No, and you heard it here first, guys. That is excellent insight to hear from Dr. Marani because, again, with the way residency is changing and it's shifting, as Dr. Marani mentioned, people want to know, in addition to your grades, in addition to your scores, yes, these have to be as excellent as possible, with addition to, your recommendation letters and personal statement. But outside of your application, who are you outside of your application? Who are you as an applicant, as a person? And research is an excellent way to, again, bridge that interest, that personal interest, making that clinical application more personable. Who are you as a clinician versus who you are as an individual? That is bridged by research. That can be done by our research modules. I am seeing here individuals as well. If these types of research matter for the match, again, as Dr. Marani mentioned, they are not just something that is optional, but something that is highly recommended to take part in to stand out. Again, people want to know how committed you are, how driven you are, showing your initiative by doing things that other people don't usually do. In this case, research. Being part of these research communities definitely will help you stand out. I did also, let me see, I'm going through the chat as well. I am going through the questions. So that is an excellent question, Hamna. Thank you so much for bringing that up. I Olawale, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I did provide the links once again. And I am also seeing here on the chat that there are a lot of excellent opportunities that are being shared as well. Uh, Ali, question with regards to telerotations. That is another opportunity that we have available here at IMG Helping Hands. We'd be more than happy to consult with you further. Definitely reach out through the dedicated numbers. So if you have a pen and paper, or if you can save these contacts, these groups on your phone, definitely do so, guys. I do highly encourage you to do so. That way you can be both part of the communities, take part in research. Again, as I mentioned, the telerotations, as Ali mentioned, we do offer opportunities there as well. So you can get in touch, definitely text us, and we can speak with you on that further. And if you are in the interview part of your application as well, or if you want to prep for the next cycle, we also offer opportunities there. Again, any way that we can help you, it's in the name. Definitely be sure to reach out. And again, Dr. Chaudhry, thank you so much for sharing more contacts. Again, all of our team here at IMG Helping Hands, we are very eager to help, assist, and support you in your educational journey.
Mhm.
And let me see, I am seeing here with regards to GARG, if they did a paper in something medical related, would that still help in a surgical application? What do you think in regards to that, Dr. Marani?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you're going into surgery, let's say you're going to general surgery, and you've done a paper about like inpatients, you're not always going to have patients that are like free of all diseases and they're just coming for that one surgical problem. You're more likely than not having patients with multiple comorbidities, and it's all interrelated. You, as a surgeon, are working with the internal medicine team. You're working with the hospitalist. Who is seeing your patients before they get admitted? Who's seeing your patients after, you know, um, their surgery's done? So that internal medicine factor does play a role in surgery for sure. And any research, honestly, I've done research that is outside my scope of practice right now, and it's still good. Research is research, right? You don't have to be a surgeon who just does surgical research. You can be a surgeon who is also an academic researcher and knows about various different things. And once you get into medicine, you like in residency, you'll see that a lot of things are interconnected. I've done a surgical paper too, and I'm in family medicine. How does that relate? Well, who are the patients going to see before and after the surgery? Family medicine doctors. So, there's always a link and connection. So absolutely, yes. It's good to have research. It's better to have more research in your field, but it's good to have research in general. Whether that is, medicine and you're applying for surgical specialties, that's fine. But we do have a lot of surgical papers we write too. So if you're going into surgery, definitely sign up for the surgery focused papers with us.
Mhm. Oh, definitely, definitely. And thank you so much for that clarification, Dr. Marani. That definitely, again, just emphasizes the fact that research, again, is an excellent bridge between who you are as a clinician and who you are as a person. Because even in your research profile, your research portfolio, as you mentioned, if an individual is going into surgery, but they are seeing that an individual maybe has surgery with some internal medicine, people are going to be eager to know why. Why are you integrating different fields? And that's, again, another opportunity where a person can potentially speak about, as Dr. Marani mentioned, their interest in surgery and how that connects to different fields, the team aspect of consulting with different specialties before and after a procedure. So, again, definitely, Guard, once again, that was an excellent question. Definitely still recommended to do surgical related research. That way you can continue showing that commitment, and definitely that internal medicine or that medically related research that you have will add that extra custom touch to your research portfolio. And as I mentioned, being part of the communities, that is where we are going to be sharing what specialties in specific we're going to be delving into. So you can definitely take part in our surgical related research as well. An excellent investment for anyone pursuing either surgery, OB. I am seeing here with regards to radiology as well.
Mhm.
Again, being part of these research as well. Excuse me, I'm seeing another question with regards to, again, another surgery resident in your home country, the type of research. Again, Dr. Ula, thank you so much for the question. Definitely emphasizes the point. I think Dr. Marani essentially answered two questions in one because, again, in being part of these surgery related research modules, you are able to continue enhancing your commitment, showing your commitment, in addition to, again, being a surgery resident. Regardless of where you're at, you can be part of these research modules. We have individuals ranging from first year medical students upwards to residents. I think Dr. Marani can definitely go more in depth on that. How has the diversity been in the research groups, if you don't mind me asking?
It's incredibly like a really large range of diversity, I would say. There's people that have like no idea what type of research is out there, never have heard of different types of research terms. And they're like, listen, I just want to do research. And I'm like, I got you, like we'll teach you everything. And then there's people that have done like 10, 15 papers that are like, okay, I would like to have a new experience, a new way of learning research, a different type of paper. And so they're joining. And so we've had people from all over the world with all sorts of experiences. And I really love that because they can also support each other. So you're not just learning from the mentors, now you're learning from your peers as well. Um, and sorry to jump back. Did we answer Hamna's question about what type of research you do? I don't think so.
Let me see. With regards to, I know we did talk about the type of research. What type of research do you do? Does the type of research you do matter for the match? I think we touched up on it with regards to the specialty, but with regards to the type itself, narrative review, systematic, I think that's also another perspective that we can touch up on
Yeah.
that you might have more insight in, Dr. Marani.
Yeah, so obviously, depends on institution to institution, and whether they like to see, a certain type of research or not. But in general, like any sort of quality research is good. If you've only done case studies and you have 10 case studies and that's it, obviously, case studies are very quick and easy. They want to see a little bit more critical thinking. And so this is where narrative and systematic reviews, for example, come into play. Um, Clinical trials are obviously like way up there, but you're not expected to like have clinical trial experiences as like a normal applicant. That's like a whole different level of research, and majority of us will not have time to run clinical trials or even as a resident or in another country or like a med student, you don't have time to run clinical trials. So what is like in the middle ground? It's narrative and systematic reviews. These are highly looked upon. Systematic reviews take more time, more focus. It depends also, but I think narrative reviews is that sweet spot where it looks good, but it's not too hard and too difficult to do. And so if I were to answer that question as to what type of research you should do and if it matters for match, I think there is a little bit of there is an impact there with the type of research you do. And so narrative reviews, I think, are the best bet for people that have busy lives. And that's what I've seen. They're easier to do. The way I personally teach my modules, you'll learn how to do the narrative review, but I'll also touch base on systematic reviews and how it differs and how you can do those too. So you'll learn both methods. Um, but yeah, I hope that answers your question too, Hamna. It does matter to a certain, extent. Obviously, case studies are easier to do. Hence, they're not as highly looked upon as if you were doing a narrative or systematic review. And then in that hierarchy, clinical trials are the top. And even I haven't done a clinical trial myself. It just takes too much time and effort. And we frankly don't have that much time in our lives in this stage of our medical careers. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marani. Thank you so much for that clarification as well. I am checking here again any additional questions that we have with regards to individuals who have either prior masters or who want to acquire research assistant, research associate roles, or with regards to matching these. In my opinion, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Marani, these seem like excellent opportunities to build your research portfolio. That way, when you apply to those postdoc opportunities, postdoc applications, people already see what you have worked on. As Dr. Marani mentioned, narrative reviews are excellent for, again, not only exercising your knowledge in the field, but doing so in a comfortable amount of time, not spending too many years, but also not too little time, again, so that you can really take advantage of that depth of knowledge for when you apply to any further or future research positions such as research associate. And I am seeing here with regards to Dr. Hudaifa, if we could emphasize a little more on the December workshops. I know Dr. Chaudhry posted an opportunity with regards to that. Again, this is going to be one of our opportunities that we have available for a systematic review. We are going to be starting on the 21st of December, and we are almost out of spots. So definitely take advantage of that. Don't miss out, because this work that we are going to be having is going to be proposed for the Endo 2026 showcase, for the Endo 2026 conference. So again, as I mentioned, as Dr. Marani mentioned, our work is not only published in high index PubMed journals, but also we have, as we mentioned earlier, different opportunities as well. In this case, this one is going to be submitted for, again, potentially being part of the Endo 2026. So if you do want to be part of that, definitely, as I mentioned, get in touch with the numbers, the WhatsApp numbers that we provided, be part of the community, get in touch with us through there as well. And we are almost at time. So, again, Dr. Marani, do you have any last words, any lasting advice that you would like to leave for all of our attendees, both as a research mentor, as somebody who has been in both sides of the residency cycle? I'm really curious to know, again, do you have any last words for us, Dr. Marani?
Yes, for sure. Thank you, Erica, for giving me that opportunity because I do really want to highlight the fact that we want to be competitive applicants, but at the same time, we're so stressed out with all the other things that are going on. And it's incredible. I've worked with, people that have families or moms that have like kids to take care of, and they're also working and they're also doing exam prep. And, we are very, very busy. This entire journey is very stressful. And my advice and last words of wisdom would be take advantage of programs like this where they have such specific guidelines. It's like kind of like for me, I call it like a no-brainer thing, where you a no-brainer intention of, getting research done, you sign up for something and then they guide you through the steps and that's it. Like you have a publication at the end of it. And you will think back to that and be like, okay, I'm actually glad I did that because now that things have settled down and I'm done my exams and I've matched and have this research experience moving forward, I can, do more research if I want to. I have that confidence now. So, you know, if one thing you want to take from this lecture or this presentation, I would say keep in mind that you should utilize all of the, not shortcuts, but the resources that help you make your time more efficient. And I think IMG Helping Hands with their research modules is just that. Um, and, if you guys have other questions, we're happy to answer that too. I know, did we answer Ola Wale's question, Erica? I know there's some questions. If we didn't answer it, I apologize. Please feel free to message us in the WhatsApp group, and we'll try to get back to you. But hopefully that advice is something that, came off. I'm sorry, I need another cup of coffee.
No, Dr. Ronnie, but yes, thank you so much again for all of your advice. Olawale's question, he did ask how important is getting a postdoc research role in matching into general surgery?
That's a good question. I think one of our surgery specialists or somebody who's in surgery residency might be better at answering that, or but it depends on what the trend is going for general surgery specifically. And I'll be honest, I'm not too sure about postdoctoral research roles and its importance, but I do know that it will look good on your application for sure. There are a lot of people that have done postdoctoral research. I have a few people in my program actually that have done that, and it does look really good. But any more specific than that, I would defer to like a general surgery doctor or resident.
I know. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Marani. And again, other questions that we have here, they are related again to research, your commitment in research. How does it impact your match prospects, which is essentially something that we have gone over, as well as any red flags in research. We definitely went over those as well. With regards to any red flags, definitely do not accept, again, just to reemphasize what Dr. Marani mentioned, do not accept any research, quote unquote, opportunities that offer ghost authorships. What is a ghost authorship? Essentially, somebody already has their article done and they are asking you to just pay money to have a pre-written work published. Again, where is the learning? Where is the practice in that? In addition to that, there are other traps potentially where people ask you, if you pay more, we can put you up in a higher authorship spot. And again, that is something that IMG Helping Hands does not do. Firstly, again, as Dr. Marani mentioned, as we mentioned in this webinar, you learn how to write. You exercise that writing ability in your manuscript, in addition to having the support of amazing mentors such as Dr. Marani, among all the others that we have here in IMG Helping Hands, supporting you, guiding you, and walking you through writing your manuscript. So again, that is essentially what will be determining your authorship rank. We do not, again, we will not charge $10 this for this spot and $20 for a higher spot and maybe $300 for the highest. That is not, again, that is not what we do here at IMG Helping Hands. Those are definitely the red flags that you should avoid. Again, these are excellent opportunities and investments. But again, I do want to thank everybody once again for being part of today's webinar. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Marani. Dr. Marani, one of our passionate, excellent mentors, along many others that we have here in IMG Helping Hands. You heard it here from her first, what it's like to be part of one of our research modules, the trends, and how research can help you in matching. So thank you so much once again, Dr. Marani, for everything.
You're very welcome. And just one last quick point, because I'm like itching to answer Adnan's question. Absolutely do not plagiarize. You will get banned from journals. And we actually teach you how to not plagiarize the right way. And we do, like I personally do a lot of paraphrasing activities with you guys, because we don't realize it, but we are actually plagiarizing when we use like word to word things from different articles. So you have to be very, very careful of that, Adnan. So yeah, don't plagiarize. That's it. I'm done now.
No, thank you so much, Dr. Ronnie. That is because that is an essential piece of information for us to know. But again, thank you so much for all of the insight that you provided to us today, Dr. Ronnie. Thank you so much, everybody, for being part of this webinar, for sharing questions. Again, the dynamics that we have here in the webinars are excellent and is something that I appreciate myself. And again, I want to thank everybody once again. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Dr. Marani. As always, be part of our research communities. Don't forget to join and don't forget to stay connected.
Thank you so much. All right. Have a good day, everyone, or a good night, depending on where you are.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marani. You as well. I hope you continue having a great day, and everyone as well. Have a happy weekend. Everyone.